It's the beginning of an end of an era. I just listed the Ag Wagon on tinyhouselistings.com. I uploaded everything and I'll be paying $1.99 per legitimate lead if somebody wants to purchase from there. I also put it on a Texas camper Facebook group and that'll start us off. The alternative is I'm not accepting any bookings following the end of this year, 2023, and I plan to move it from the RV spot that it's currently in to a covered storage space until I can sell it or figure out kind of what I want to do permanently. I just got off the phone with the future owners of the Ag Wagon. They're coming on Sunday to get it. They said I can take out any of the like Texas A&M stuff. They live a few hours away from Texas, or over in a different area of Texas, and they're gonna put it on their property and use it as a guest house. So it's kind of bittersweet, but it's probably for the best. I am a little sad about it. I worked really hard on that thing and so many people had a good time in it, and I feel guilty kind of for all the people who are like, we want to come back, and the people who did come back already. It was only up for 2 years, but I think will be a wonderful guest house for this family, and hopefully it will be enjoyed for many, many years to come, and I'll have memories and the experience from, you know, being a host for 2 years. That was a crash course in hospitality. And I also won't have the worry anymore of when I have guests there of like a 2 a.m. call of, hey, we locked ourselves out, or hey, suddenly something went wrong. Because that did happen a few times over the last 2 years, and it's always a bit of a worry. It, you know, takes up a part of your brain when you know you have guests there, even if they don't need anything. Is everything okay? And that faded a little bit over time. I would say in the last year, never had any issues really, but it never really like fully goes away. You know that you're responsible for somebody, so you can't like fully set down your phone and go away. Something could happen, and I won't miss that anticipation or worry. The new Ag Wagon buyers actually just sent me like a photo of the cashier's check because they're like, don't sell it to anybody else, we're coming. Because I've got another guy who wants to buy it too, and he's like, are they paying full price? I'll pay full price. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I underpriced it. But at the same time, I'm really happy that the wagon's gonna go to a good home with people who understand trailers, and I just have to go clean it all out now, which I'm sad about. I also have to go get my blood drawn today, and I'm really procrastinating that. It's okay. And return all like the Wi-Fi stuff that was out there. I already pulled it out, it's in my car, but I have to drive it to the Brazos Wi-Fi place to get them to cancel the service. Just dropped off all of the wires and the satellite and everything for the Wi-Fi. They actually offered to prorate my last month without me even asking, which is great. Let's go tour the wagon one more time. I keep getting. I know it's for the best. I It's just I found every detail. I've touched every inch of this place. I thrifted everything. These are by local artists. That was made by an A&M kid, and it's filled with books that are all Texas women led. Rev gets to come with me. I made these curtains. I do not know how to sew. I sourced all of these dames. I picked the coffee. I picked the silverware. I was so proud of having all A&M themed mugs. And pancake breakfast. I actually only stayed here a full night myself once, but I put hundreds of hours into every inch of this place. I'm gonna miss it. This is so sad, and I don't know why I'm so sad. I picked every little detail of this place and put it pretty much all together with my hands. Hundreds of people have loved to stay here, and it's sad to let it go. The new owners are going to be great. They're going to put this as a guest house on their property in Elsewhere, Texas, and have friends and family and kids and grandkids come stay, and they love it. They aren't in Aggieland though, so I'm gonna check out all the Aggieland stuff because they don't need that. Oh goodness. And then I'll let it go. The new owners are coming tomorrow evening, so I need to go get all the Texas A&M stuff and other stuff out of it that they aren't gonna want. Jacob just helped me load the spare mirrors from the back end because I do want those, and I need to go to Walmart to grab some caulk because I'm gonna pull the security camera off and I want to be able to fill those holes. It is I'm not even gonna say bittersweet because I woke up several times during the night last night. I figured out that this is like the first big thing that I've had and made and am selling. You know, every car I've ever had, I only got rid of because it was either on its last leg or because it was like completely dead. This is something I put a lot of work into, and I am very privileged to have the choice of being able to sell it from a place of options and having options on what to do with it versus out of a place of desperation. I'm getting really good money for it, but I am really sad to see it go because I just put so much time and work and love into it. And, you know, but it's time to go to its new family. Let's get it ready for that. All right, guys, enough tears. Time to clear this place out. Clearing this place out has been tiring and a lot of work, and I'm a little less sad now. I also am the type of person to keep all the instruction manuals, so leaving those for the camper's new owner, those will come in handy for like the tankless hot water heater and TV and stuff like that. I don't know if you can tell, but the car's absolutely packed full. There's still some stuff in like the living room, and I haven't pulled any of the holiday stuff out. I plan to pull out like the Texas A&M stuff because they don't want that, but I'm gonna leave them any of the camper themed holiday stuff. So they're sorting that, and then there's getting the two big peacock chairs from out front into the car and home as well. So that's a tomorrow thing. I'm glad I didn't wait until tomorrow to do this. I didn't expect to get so emotional, so it gave me time to do that, and then time to get tired of, you know, working in the camper again. Now I'm gonna go home, have some dinner, and unload the damn car. All right, it's day 2 of cleaning out the wagon, setting it up for the sale. The new owners are coming from Lubbock. They'll be here around 6 p.m. So I've got the hitch, the title, all the manuals, all ready for them. And all I really have left to do is get under the bed and pull out all of the like holiday decor type stuff. They don't want the A&M stuff, so I'm gonna take the A&M. I'm gonna leave anything camper themed. Was not looking forward to this. There's some other stuff underneath. Not entirely sure how I'm gonna get to it. All right, there is more stuff underneath. I'm gonna use my tripod to try to get to it. That's it. They're gonna stay in the place tonight, so I'm not unhooking anything, but I'll meet them back when they get here. So I'm leaving bedding, camper decor, Texas art, most of the little decor kind of stuff. I'll make sure they've got, I'm leaving all this stuff too. I don't need it. I'm also getting any like spare parts and manuals, all the spare bedding, a few things like, I'm not gonna take that. Leaving them some heaters, cleaning supplies, fridge, microwave, rugs, all this stuff. There's some spare stuff there, hitches, this, couple blankets, some games. Those are local Texas art too. Leaving the TV and that and all this. All that's left is loading up these Santorini chairs. So let's do that. She's gonna be happy in Lubbock. Here's all the things that I had to fix as an emergency on this camper over the past 2 years. First off, this lock. Originally, the original one worked, and then it didn't, and I had to order a custom one for a different type of camper and install it, and this cost over $1,000 total. Next, the sewage system did something we lovingly call the poopocalypse, and that cost several $1,000s, where old poop that had been like calcified to the bottom, lifted up, clogged everything. That wasn't fun. When it froze, both this pipe and this filter exploded. Fortunately, it didn't flood the inside of the camper. It just quit water from coming in. This broke twice. During another freeze, water particles inside this froze and exploded, so this had to be replaced. And a valve at the back of the toilet held some water, even though we blew everything out, and that had to be replaced as well. It sprayed everywhere when we turned it back on. The freezer froze over and we had to replace the fridge unit. And the most recent and kind of the straw for the camel's back is where the water line goes under here and then moves here at that joint. That started leaking and got water all up in there. We had to repair that, and there's a little bit of kind of wood that needs to be ripped out of there. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't fun. Oh yeah, and I had to replace the entire AC during the summer. Honestly, it wasn't all that bad. These are the types of things that you can expect if you rent out a camper Airbnb or have one. I had a lot of fun running this for the past 2 years, but I couldn't find land to set it up on permanently. So later today, I am selling it to a lovely couple in Lubbock who's going to use it as a guest house on their property. And that will be its, I don't know, possible final place to live, but I hope it's an absolutely wonderful place for them. I'm really sad to see it go. I worked really hard on this, but it's for the best. I hope your new owners treat you well. Better than I did. I love you, Marky. I thought I was done being emotional over this, but I'm really gonna miss it. Not like the worry when people are in it that something's gonna go wrong or that something's gonna happen to it, but I loved it. All right, I think I just had to cry over a lost dream a little. I called Jacob and he was like, baby, you can buy another camper. I'm like, you'd let me buy another camper once we're married? And he's just like, you just have to have some land first. And I'm like, fair. So maybe one day. It won't be this one, but this one is going to a really lovely home. And it was a good camper. He also told me to go like walk around Home Goods and get a drink, and that would fix me, which it probably will. He's a good one. All right, so Jacob and I are headed out to the camper for the last time to hand over the keys and get the check. And Jacob was saying, you know, he's not gonna miss having to run out almost 30 minutes to the camper to for silly reasons, like people lock themselves out or want more coffee or something. And he was saying,
if you put it in girl math terms, she's made about as much as she's gonna make for the foreseeable future till like football season kicks up again or something like that. So
yeah, I wouldn't really make money off of it for the next 6 months, and I was considering putting in storage at least for the winter to avoid the $500 a month lot rent.
So you can look at it like saving 6 months of lot rent is like making $3,000.
Yeah, because I'm usually pretty break even on the cold months into early summer. So anyway, we're going out last time, and then we're gonna go have sushi. And the goal is I'm not gonna cry again. All right, here are the new owners of the Ag Wagon. They'll be taking it back and using it as a guest house. Bye. They're so sweet. I love them. Bye, Waggy. All right. They were so sweet. I adored them. They're gonna take such good care of her. They even wrote in my book.
Oh, that's cool.
We're gonna go have sushi for dinner. And I'm gonna dry my tears with the $19,000 check. They had paid a $1,000 deposit. So it was time, and they're gonna treat her really well.
Oh, they have a whole plan for it.
Yeah, they have a whole plan. They were talking about one of their kids are grown, but they're all fighting over like who's gonna stay in it at their place, and yeah. I think she's gonna be happy there. Celebration dinner. I am cooking dinner. The new owner sent me a picture of Waggy set up in its new home, and it's got a cover. It's like back protected. They're gonna take great care of it, and I'm feeling really good about it. Even better now that I know that we're getting like a 2021 catastrophic era winter freeze coming in like next week too. It's really nice not to have to worry about things in the camper exploding or freezing and busting. So yeah, end of an era, but I'm happy, and maybe another one day once I have land. So I just sold in a giant lot almost all of the Aggie Airbnb stuff that I had from the wagon, which is great because obviously we're about to move to the new duplex. I had only listed like the games. I'd done like an Aggie games lot online, and a really sweet couple reached out to me and they're like, this will be perfect. We're setting up an Airbnb. And I'm like, hey, would you like to see some of the other stuff? And they bought it all. So I gave them a really great deal. It was $200. They got a ton of decor. I also sent them I showed them my book with the guest guide, and they were like, oh, do you have a link to this? I'm like, yeah, I'll send you the link. And they asked for like cleaning person recommendations, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, they were super sweet. Happy to give them some of my hard-earned knowledge. And I'm really hoping their Airbnb is just phenomenal and great. And I'm glad the decorations from the wagon get to live on locally. I did keep like 2 or 3 things, not everything.